before the cameras rolled, director David Fincher told Norton to hit Brad in the ear, unbeknownst to him, of course. Brad's reaction of being hit in the ear was totally real. Mother... They hit me in the ear. Who hit someone in the ear, anyway? How would you react? Oh, do me, Yo-Yo Master. I want you to do me, because you're the yo-yo guy. The 40-year-old virgin waxing. Steve Carell became a big box office sensation with the hit comedy The 40-Year-Old Virgin. If you haven't seen this yet, do yourself a favor and get right on that. It's hysterical. The most iconic scene in the Judd Apatow film is hands down the chest waxing scene. This scene makes the top of the list as one of the funniest scenes ever. The experience of going in for your first time and the pain that Carell exhibits is totally relatable. In fact, it almost seems a little too real, doesn't it? Oh, you... Oh, I'm sorry. That's just your job. Well,
what are you watching?
I'm watching, like, where Steve Carell gets waxed in 40-Year-Old Virgin. And, like,
oh, and 40-Year-Old Virgin? I have that to my watch list. I want to watch that movie. That shit looks funny as hell.
It's funny. And they're pulling up, like, different scenes of, like, actual, like, physical taking of, like, different movies.
Oh, so it's like the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, and so like this one, they actually did wax his real hair, and it's genuine
God.
pain.
Oh god, I have that to my watch list of funny movies. I'm assuming you've seen it multiple times.
Yeah, I've seen the entire movie. Every like left-hand corner or right-hand corner you take, it's funny as fuck. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I have that to my watch list.
Plus, Linda Hamilton is a badass in real life, so it was a natural fit. But it turns out Linda wasn't acting the entire time. In one scene, a staff at the asylum she was in was ordered to beat the heck out.
Are you watching Watch Mojo? Is that who
yeah.
You're watching? Oh, okay. I was like, that voice sounds familiar.
Except for the fact that every time he failed, they had to reshoot the scene over and over.
What the fuck? They actually beat the shit out of the actress? Like, you know, the Asylum and Terminator, right? Where Sarah Connor gets thrown into?
I think so. I haven't watched Terminator in so long.
Where the liquid metal cop chases them?
Is it the first? Are you talking about the first one? The end of the
first
one?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so the Asylum staff, they literally beat the shit out of her.
Damn.
Like, no jokes. Like, the director actually told them to physically beat the shit out of her with, like, the batons and electrical prongs.
Damn. Wait, are you watching, like, real movie scenes actually act in real life or some shit? From Watch Mojo, I'm assuming?
Yeah, so they're talking about, like, all the physical, like, torment the actual, like, actors and actresses actually went through to make it believable. And yeah, Sarah Connor actually was pissed at everyone, or the actress, and like she wanted to kick the shit out of her. And one scene out of Terminator, you actually see her beat the shit out of one other actor because of it.
Jeez.
So in a later scene where Sarah attacks the same staff character, she openly beat the crud out of him with a wooden mop handle. For authenticity, of course.
And I come back to at the turn of the tide.
Aragorn breaks his toe. Aside from the whole series being absolutely amazing visually and in terms of story, we also watched for the iconic characters. In the face of adversity, these characters have taught us that the most important thing is friendship, loyalty, and courage. But what do you do when the hurdle you're facing actually crushes you for real? That is exactly what happened to Viggo Mortensen during the scene in the Two Towers. When Legolas, Aragorn, and Gimli find a pile of orc bodies, they think Merry and Pippin were killed, and Aragorn ends up kicking a helmet down the hill. Viggo did this take 4 times, and on the 5th take, he screamed and fell to his knees. It was later found out that he had actually broken 2 of his toes. Funny enough, this was the best take, and the one that appears in the film.
Snoswankers. Vermicious knids. What kind of rubbish is that?
I'm sorry, but all questions must be submitted in writing.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Gene Wilder's performance in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory will forever be iconic. iconic. It was magical the first time we saw it, and we all wished we could have won a trip to the factory. The very first moment we see Wonka emerge from the factory with a limp got a real reaction from the kids, as none of them knew he would be limping. Another instance of real reactions from the kids was when they entered the chocolate room. They didn't let them see the room until it was time to film, so the magic in their eyes was actually real. Remember that terrifying boat ride scene? The one where things get all psychedelic and it seems like Willy Wonka is losing his marbles? That scene was a surprise to the rest of the cast, who actually thought that Gene Wilder had lost his mind. Keeping things from your actors is definitely the best way to get a genuine reaction, but it might end up leaving some of them totally scarred. Gene Wilder also didn't prepare Peter Ostrom, who played Charlie Bucket, for his rage when he reprimands him for stealing the fizzy lifting drinks. The scared look on Ostrom's face is totally real. Poor kids.
Oh, monsieur, they'll be quite all right. When they leave here, they'll be completely restored to their normal, terrible old selves. But maybe they'll be a little bit wiser for the wear. Anyway, don't worry about them.
Be a good little fella now and open the door.
Home Alone. Home Alone is one of those iconic movies that everyone's seen, or at least almost. Macaulay Culkin plays Kevin, the sassy and clever boy who survived Christmas alone while some bandits tried to break into his home. This would normally be a cause for concern, but Kevin was one creative kid who created a series of booby traps to fool the bad guys. Well, it turns out that it wasn't all a total fun fest. Culkin was actually left permanently scarred by a bit of over-enthusiastic method acting on Joe Pesci's part. Pesci avoided Culkin on set so that he would genuinely be afraid of him. In a scene where the robbers hang him up on a hook, Pesci says, "I'm gonna bite each one of your fingers off, one at a time." And he actually did, and broke the skin. Yikes, that is not okay to do to a kid.
Attention, emergency. All personnel must evacuate immediately.
Alien. The chestburster scene is one of the most iconic moments in movie history. After one of the characters played by legendary John Hurt gets a pretty intense face hug, we think he's out of the clear, until he starts convulsing. But just when the team is about to give him CPR, an alien punches through his chest, splattering everybody with blood and guts. What really sells it, though, isn't the effects of the creepy creature itself. What sells this scene is the absolutely crazy reaction of the rest of the cast when the tiny little alien rips through his chest. If the horrified reactions are a bit too convincing, it's because they had no clue what was about to happen. Prior to shooting, the actors were all removed except for Hurt, who was hooked up to a device that involved a fake chest cavity spring-loaded with pig organs and hoses full of stage blood. And, of course, the puppet. Hurt was underneath to give the illusion that the chest was real. When the rest of the cast showed up, all their script said was, "The thing emerges." They were only told that its head will move and it would have teeth. Their horrified reactions when they were hit with blood and chunks was totally real.
This is Burkittsville, formerly Blair. It is a small, quiet Maryland town. Much like a small, quiet town anywhere.
The Blair Witch Project. The cult classic broke ground with its realistic feel. When the film was being released, many audience members thought it was real found footage. The entire viral ad campaign was based around people really believing this was authentic found footage. The story is about 3 college students who head out into the woods to make a documentary about witches but end up perishing. Some major film company finds this footage and voila, audiences everywhere get to see the story. They made it look real by actually giving some amateur actors a camcorder and leaving them in the woods for a week. It was innovative for the time, but the concept has been done to death nowadays. The actors were instructed to do interviews. The only written lines were given to the townspeople at the beginning. The filmmakers met with the trio, gave them supplies, an outline of the shooting, and left them to improvise. As time went on, the cast grew more exhausted, especially since they got less food every day. Sometimes the filmmakers would stay back and break sticks, throw rocks just out of sight, sneak into their campsite in the middle of the night to play clips of children's laughter and violently shake the tents. The witches weren't real, but their aggravation and fear was.
And our battle plan will be that of an Apache resistance. We will be cruel to the jungle.
Glorious bastards. Quentin Tarantino, renowned rebel and unique filmmaker. Even if you aren't a film buff, it's safe to say that you've seen at least one of his movies, or at least know his name. Tarantino is not just a filmmaker, but a film buff himself and has seen tons of movies. And so, he has very specific visions for his films. He's a bit of a perfectionist. This trait came in handy in Inglourious Basterds. It was a great film, no question, but we think Diane Kruger might have a different opinion. Kruger, who played the role of German movie star Bridget Van Hammersmark, had to go through a pretty intense strangling scene. Von Hammersmark turns out to be a spy for the good guys, which doesn't end up sitting well with Colonel Hans Landa, played by Christoph Waltz. When he finds out, he lunges at Bridget and chokes the life out of her. If Diane Kruger looks like she's giving a very convincing performance, it's because she's not really acting. Tarantino was unimpressed at how unrealistic the choking scene looked, so he took matters into his own hands. He convinced Kruger to let him strangle her for real. She reluctantly agreed to be choked almost to unconsciousness. The final result is too real and super cringy.
Dang.
You know what the best part of my day is?
When the war got
For
choked
about 10
out.
seconds from when I pull up to the curb when I get to your door. Because I think maybe I'll get up there and I'll knock on the door and you won't be there.
Good Will Hunting. There's no way that anyone can watch the late, great, legendary Robin Williams and not smile. Williams was completely out of this world. He was known for his comedic roles, but even in his dramatic ones, he couldn't help but make us smile. In Good Will Hunting, there's one improvised scene that is both beautiful and hysterical in a way that only Williams could pull off. Robin Williams plays a therapist to Matt Damon's stubborn character, Will. Damon is caught off guard by an improvised story that Williams tells about his character's wife's flatulence problem and true romance. He says she used to fart in her sleep, and one night it was so loud it poked the dog up, all while laughing and causing Damon to laugh hysterically. He goes on to say that his wife woke up and asked if it had been him. He says he didn't have the heart to tell her and took the fart blame. Both actors organically laughed. Can you blame them? Williams brought so much joy to this world, especially through Matt Damon's high-pitched squeal that comes out while he laughs.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
The Princess Bride. Before her many amazing roles and most recent role in House of Cards, Robin Wright was in a little movie called The Princess Bride. This cult classic was released in 1987 and has since remained in the spotlight. And how could it not? It's a fairy tale full of fantasy, giants, swashbuckling pirates, six-fingered men, adventure, poison, romance, and a beautiful princess named Buttercup. During a point in the film, Princess Buttercup and her one true love, Wesley, are confronted by Prince Humperdinck and Count Tyrone Rugen, aka the Six-Fingered Man. They capture Wesley, but naturally he won't go down without a fight. So in order to ensure he will fully cooperate, the Six-Fingered Man, played by Christopher Guest, hits Wesley in the head with the butt of a sword and knocks him out. We usually assume that movie magic is involved and actors don't really ever get hurt. But in this case, Cary Elwes tells a different story. According to him, there were no rubber cushiony swords and faking the knockout just wasn't working for them. So naturally, Guest ended up hitting him and knocking him out, and what we see on film is Elwes getting knocked out in real life.
I want you to go as quietly as possible. Do not make a sound until I tell you to run. Then run as quickly as you can. Now, does everybody understand?
The Birds. If you're familiar with the master of suspense, then chances are you've seen The Birds, or at the very least, Psycho. And if you haven't, you most definitely should watch them both. The Birds is, in a nutshell, a movie about when birds attack. The concept is still pretty terrifying to this day. By today's standards, the effects are a bit laughable by comparison, but keep in mind that this film was made in 1963, and the effects were much more practical. That being said, one of the scenes was a bit too real for star Tippi Hedren. The film was building to the famous bedroom scene in which Tippi's character Melanie is viciously attacked by birds on camera. What's the big deal? There's no way they would risk her getting actually hurt, right? Well, it turns out that up until the day of filming, Hitchcock promised her that they would use mechanical birds. But on the day of the shoot, the assistant director told her that the birds were malfunctioning, so they had to use real ones. The handlers threw ravens, doves, and pigeons right at her face. And on the final day of shooting the scene, they loosely tied live birds to her costume. The birds pecked at her while she had more live birds hurled at her. Her terror during this scene is completely real.
Jesus Christ, who lives and reigns with the Father and the Holy Spirit. Damien!
Amen. The Exorcist. One of the most iconic and groundbreaking films in the horror genre was The Exorcist. The heroes of the film were some middle-aged men, and the monster was just a bedridden young girl. Doesn't sound scary at all, does it? Well, in 1973, it made audiences everywhere soil themselves in fear. Making a movie this terrifying had to be scary in and of itself, right? The director kept the set at very low temperatures, so the scene where you can see the actor's breath is actually real. real. He also kept everyone on edge by keeping loaded guns on set and firing them. Oh, no thanks. That's too much stress for us, and not to mention, totally unsafe. There's one scene in particular that is truly gross. Father Karras talks to young Reagan to see if her possession is demonic or psychological. She brings up his dead wife, and when he tries to stump her, she projectile vomits all over him. Ugh, disgusting. In order to get a genuine reaction from actor Jason Miller, director William Friedkin told Miller that the vomit was supposed to spray him in the chest. At the last moment, the pump was recalibrated so that the puke hit him right in the face. Poor guy finished the take and spent the rest of the day really pissed off. You know, we really don't blame him.
Lay your palms flat on that tabletop. If you lift those palms off that turtle shell tabletop, Mr. Pooch is going to let loose with both barrels that sawed off.
Django Unchained. There's a certain look, feel, and style that comes with a Tarantino film, and if you've seen any of his movies, you know what we mean. Quentin Tarantino is known for his bloody and violent rule-breaking films, and Django Unchained was one of them. The film was full of real-life struggles on set that made the emotions even more real on the big screen. For starters, the film shot from November 2011 to July 2012. Kerry Washington's panic and fear are genuine as she actually spent time in a hot box, which was a coffin-sized metal box built into the ground, full of worms and centipedes. We would be permanently scarred after that. Small spaces and creepy bugs. No thanks. There was also a shocking scene in which Leo's Calvin Candy, the psychotic slave owner, is hosting a dinner for Django and Dr. Schultz. Candy reveals his knowledge of Django's plan, which of course pisses him right off. He slams his hand on a table and hits a glass. His hand bleeds profusely as he continues, totally unfazed. The gory take was kept in the film, and we got a truly powerful performance. What did you think of this scene?
Where you going, Ed? It's beauty you'll be home by now.
It. The most terrifying reboot to date has to be Stephen King's It. The original miniseries was pretty traumatic, but this reboot is giving the original a run for its money. From start to finish, we were cringing in horror at the edge of our seat. When the studio released stills of Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, we were so hyped we could barely contain ourselves. So how did the actors feel about seeing Bill for the first time? Well, it was actually caught on film. Director Andy Muschietti and producer Barbara Muschietti revealed that they kept Pennywise away from the kids as long as they could so that their reactions could be authentic. That's definitely one brilliant way to do it. To make the moment even more memorable, the first time the kids saw Bill dress in full clown getup was when they were filming the projector scene. You remember that one, right? Where the projector flickers on its own and Pennywise pops out in the pictures and out at them? They were all completely and genuinely freaked out, and because of that, so were we. To be honest, we'd still clear the bar. What did you think of that scene? Fast and Furious. If you like action, fast cars, and impossible stunts, oh, who are we kidding? Everyone and their moms have seen at least one of the movies in this franchise, and we are willing to bet most of you are fans of the series. It's hard not to like this franchise. It's been around since 2001, and is nothing but exciting thrills, awesome race scenes, and laughs. Oh yeah, and let's not forget the amazing and sometimes impossibly ridiculous stunts. This high-octane franchise...
What's that blue Mustang looking car that they use in the Fast and Furious?
Which movie?
I think the Fate of the Furious, I think. The 2017 one. The one with the tank driving around on the freeway and there's a blue Mustang with white stripes.
That's just a normal Mustang. I think it's like a Shelby GT500.
Oh, okay, it's the older one.
Yeah, it's either that or it's just a regular souped up Mustang that make it look like a Shelby. I don't know if it is or isn't an actual Shelby.
Okay.
It could be, or like I said, it could just be suited up one.
On screen and off, they have to spend together for a decade, and they have grown into a family. And much like when families get together, the jokes start flying. One of the best moments comes at the end of the 6th movie. Tyrese Gibson's character, Roman, tells Mia to hide the baby oil. This is in regards to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's character, Hobbs, who is walking in. The Rock instantly claps back with the improvised line, "Better hide that big forehead," which causes Ludacris to spit out his drink in laughter. The Rock was not supposed to respond to that comment, but thank goodness he did. Spit takes are the best.
Do what you gotta do to get out. You know, maybe you became a psychologist. Bingo. That's it. Let me do my job now. Just go with me. Come on.
Well, there you have it, friends. Those were some more movie moments where actors weren't acting. Are there any that we missed this time around? Which were your...
What are you up to, Chang?
Playing some Killing Floor, but I'm debating if I want to actually play or if I want to just call it a night because I'm kind of tired. But then again, I kind of want to play something for like another 20 minutes or so. So maybe I'll try to get some grinding and some Killing Floor done.
Ah.
Why? What's up? Do you want to play something?
Nah, just asking.
Mercy.
Why aren't you ducking? Aw, you motherfucker, why'd you...
Are you still playing Cyber Punk, I'm assuming?
Yeah. And this dumbass like walked into all the fire that the enemy was firing at me. Where's that chick go? Dude, you should really get this game, dude, if you get a chance.
If I do, I'll probably end up waiting for next gen. Whenever I get a next gen console, but I'm not really too bothered by it.
Honestly, like, even if this is on the last gen, like, this game is like, yeah, it's glitchy. Like, I've had a total of like almost 50 crashes. But like, this game's really fun. I'm actually happy.
Well, that's good. Glad you enjoyed it.
Hey, V, got a friend in need. Wants to snatch back an eye he lost playing cards. An implant, I mean. Should be some easy breezy eds. You in? Catch the deets attached.
New pistol. Let's see if it's higher grade. Nope.
Chance is the score next to none.
How though? Chance is always the same, isn't it?
Nice talking to you too.
Oh, fuck her up!
I'ma fucking wipe you!
Fuck, from where, dude? God, the minigun is so ass in this game, fuck.
Going to sleep.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get off here about half an hour.
Where you got to, coward?
NCPD, stand down! Exchanging fire!
Jacob got his eye back, so I'm closing this gig. But V, we both know that wasn't top quality work. Maybe try a little harder next time, okay? Gig closed, and thanks.
So, we didn't talk about yesterday?
It's all in the report.
Oh, I read it. Except there's no mention of me telling you to Delta the fuck out of there. Yeah, no biggie. Not like that cyber psycho was a tank on 2 chrome legs. What the fuck were you thinking? There's a reason Max TAC exists, you know.
Civilians were in danger. What was I supposed to do? Just watch them get mowed down?
Listen, you, me, and every fucking cop in this city might as well be a civilian next to Max TAC. The day they give us the gear they're packing, go right ahead. Be the hero. Save the fucking day. But until then, you keep your head down and listen to me. That understood?
Too short to be slow.
Blue Moon, Red Menace, Purple Force. It's us, Cracks! After making waves in Tokyo, Sydney, and Paris, their next stop is on your doorstep. Night City, expect the unexpected!
Mr. Stud, all night, every day. Don't be soft. Upgrade now.
I spy? A happy new gun owner, I hope.
Dry, sun-filled weeks coming your way, Night City. But soak in that sun while you can. There's a cold front moving in. Prepare for cooler conditions as we head into the weekend.
You in a hurry or something? When danger lurks, Property will be there. Sign up for our platinum plan today, because your life is worth 9999 Property.
Who do I suppose? A happy new... gun owner, I hope.
It's Uscrax! After making waves in Tokyo, Sydney, and Paris, their next stop is on your doorstep. Night City, expect the unexpected!
Talk about yesterday?
It's all in the report.
Oh, I read it. Except there's no mention of me telling you to Delta the fuck out of
Do
here.
I know you?
Yeah, no biggie. Not like that cyber psycho was a tank with 2 broken legs.
Sup, skin and bones?
Alright, Neo, I'm hopping off.
Alright, dude. I'll see you later.
They never age, but notice their eyes, cold and dead. Their corporation exists only as cover for their wicked means to live, or rather, to remain undead. I tell you now, Saburo is not gone from our world. He rests undisturbed in the family crypt. He feasts on the blood of his servants,
see ya.
awaiting his body's rejuvenation to return once more. Mark my words!
That wouldn't be a total shocker. Said on TV, Arasaka's working on immortality tech.
A hollow lie to conceal their inhuman nature. Its source flows not through technology, but through their undead blood. But how could mere mortals become these death-defying abominations, you ask? With the help of techno-necromancers from Alpha Centauri. It was their tainted blood Saburo Arasaka drank to transform himself into this devil spawn.
Gary, you can't spill Arasaka's secrets. They gonna find you.
Let them! The seed has been sown. The truth shall sprout roots and lift us from the invaders' clutches. I recognize you. You come here often. Your eyes tell me that your mind has opened to the truth. Will you provide a humble donation so that I may continue my mission?
You do good work. Use this to wake Night City up.
Thank you for your devotion. I saw a disciple of truth in you from the very beginning. If you turn a blind eye to their existence, they have already won! Radio waves bear the truth. Let those with ears listen and those with eyes.
What up, little girl?
Their mothership conceals itself above our very heads. Ready yourself, for they are coming. Open your mind before
What's
it's
up?
too late.
In Cyberpunk 2077, there are an absolute ton of things to collect. Whether you're looking for weapons, armor, cyberware, or cars, there's a lot of things to be looking for in the world of Cyberpunk 2077. And today, I'm going to be showing you how to get some of the best weapons, cyberware, and cars for free. There are a lot of actually hidden and secret items that can be collected throughout the world, and I've got quite a few locations to share with all of you.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Experience. Now, I do hope you all enjoyed today's episode, and if you have any secrets that you have of thousands of euro dollars to acquire them. But in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to get some really amazing items completely free. There are plenty of secret chests around the map that hold legendary and iconic items, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get them, and to include one of the best cars in the game completely free. Now the first item we're going to be talking about today is the monowire. This is a secret legendary cyberware that you can get basically right when you start the game, and it's going to be one of the most powerful weapons that you can get at the beginning of the game, and you can get it right away. All you need to know is the location to get it. It dismembers enemies every time you hit somebody, especially like if I could actually hit the guy. It just tears people apart. It is ridiculous, and it's definitely one of the most recommended weapons that I could recommend you get at the beginning of the game. Now this is a cyberware, so it will take up your hand slot, but let's go ahead and show you where to get it. If we go to our map, it's going to be inside of Watson, and we're going to need to go right to this road right here. See? Off the highway, you're going to see this little bit that goes into this. Bunch of buildings. That's where we need to go. Inside of Watson, and we're going to need to go right to this road right here.
If you turn a blind eye to their existence, they have already won. Radio waves bear. Ears listen, and those with eyes behold.
the highway, you're going to see this little bit that goes into this batch of buildings. That's where we need to go. Now from here, we need to run all the way straight to the back. Make a left. And then this is going to be closed. You need to open that back. Nano wires and euro dollars in here. So 209 to 256 damage, plus 86 to 105 physical damage, 2.5 attack speed, 20% bleeding chance. Nanowire deals physical damage, deals a high amount of concentrated damage, and can instantly dismember an enemy with one quick attack. That's super cool. Nasty Beast, thank you so much for helping us figure out where that is, you wonderful human. Now, to equip this piece of cyberware, you will need to go to a Ripper dock, and it does take up your hand slot. So you're going to have to choose between the mono wire or the mantis blades. But this one does have 3 mod slots as well, so you can increase the damage or increase various attributes of this particular piece of equipment. Now, next up, we've got a legendary outer torso coat. Now, this will scale with you when you find it, so if you find it later in the game, it should have better stats. And it's also got 4 mod slots on it. This is all the way down in Santo Domingo, where the 6th Street gang is. And if you zoom in on the map here, there's going to be a crashed police car. And then inside of the yard, there's going to be legendaries that you can loot off of these dudes here. So you've got the heavy-duty Oran gang is. On the map here, there's going to be a
dock near to where you are now.
Thanks. I'll try to find and reset.
あれで爆発してない？ああ、大丈夫。
inside of the yard, there's going to be legendaries that you can loot off of these dudes here. So we've got the heavy-duty Aramid reinforced badge coat. So, reduces damage from explosives by 5%, reduces stamina consumption when blocking melee attacks by 10, reduces stamina consumption when blocking melee attacks by another 10%, and empty clothing mod slot still. Nice. Alright, and then there's another one over here. So this dude's got, oh, he's got another one, but with different stats on it. Increases carrying capacity by 6. Oh, we've got a rare pistol here too, which is way better than the pistol we have right now. Now, next thing we gotta talk about is everyone's favorite, the Mantis Blades. These things are redonkulous. They do tons of damage, and the best thing about them, you can get these bad boys for free. Yeah, that's right, for free, ladies and gentlemen. Now, these Mantis Blades have some really cool attacks. You can hold the right trigger and lunge at an enemy, and it will do a ton of damage. And then if you attack right after the lunge, you'll, like, pick them up with it, which is just ridiculous. And it's just an additional weapon, so it doesn't take up any of your other weapon slots. It will take up your arm slot. But as far as your weapons go, you can still have 3 other weapons equipped to include these, so it's definitely a really nice addition to have. Yeah, so you're going to need to go to the city center, and then there's going to be an exclamation point right here, so it's basically just onto this road. And then all we need to do is just run in, grab our Mantis Blades. Ooh, we got some trousers and some Euro dollars too. Nice! So now we gotta equip the Mantis Blades. Now, if you go to some shops, you'll be able to find Mantis Blades that are for sale. Like these here are 15. Grab our Mantis Blades. Ooh, we got some trousers and some city center weapons, so it doesn't enter.
disturbed.
And then there's going to be an exclamation point right here. So it's basically just off of this road. And then all we need to do is just run in. Have. Yeah, so you're going to need to go to the city center.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
And then there's going to be an exclamation point right.
A little bit ago, a tiger claw called for help, attacked by a certain Aki. At least that's what they call the rogue tiger hunter. He's been picking off his own in silent but spectacular fashion. My gut says this Aki had a cyber-psychotic break, but I'd like to know for sure. Don't kill him if you don't have to, and don't forget to watch your back.
Sorry, really gotta go.
Piss on this, man.
The hell is this? Hey there. What were we talking about?
Don't kill him if you don't have to. And don't forget to watch your back.
all you think!